Welcome back to Six Pack Cinema True Detective recap and review. We are doing Season 3, Episode 6, Hunters in the Dark. Let's get into it. All right, what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us again for our 6th review of this 3rd season of True Detective, which I think is I'm cementing it as a good season of TV. We have 2 episodes left, and we did this earlier, but we could have been shooting the gun too early, where we were like, nah, there's no way this season gets bad. But I am officially cementing this as a good season of TV, and we have people tuning in and enjoying these recaps, and that goes to show how involved this television series is. Like, people just want more and more and more of it. So thank you for joining Six Pack Cinema. My name's Jimmy. I got John and Dave with me. We've all seen the episode. We haven't spoken to each other at all about it, which I was happy because I watched it late. I watched it Monday, not Sunday. So I was excited. This was a big episode. This felt like, I think a lot of theories got answered, and there's not that much left to find out. There's little things. But we'll just do gut reaction from you guys. Dave, this episode, how much did it answer for you? How satisfied are you with it? What are your thoughts?
Well, first, I'm going to say I agree with you on the season is a good season of television, and I think if the momentum continues, this could end up being better than season 1.
I mean, I wouldn't throw that
Still
away
up in the
right
air.
away. I wouldn't say, like, I wouldn't scoff at that immediately. I think some people would, but I think it's been really good. I'd have to watch them back to back eventually and then figure it out.
Which is basically what I did. I finished season 1 like a day before season 3 started.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, John? Dave, you
wait.
have more?
Well, I was going to actually answer your question. This pretty much confirmed all of my theories.
All your theories are confirmed?
And not 100%, but I want to say like 95%.
It was a great episode. All of my theories came true before because my theory was actually just narrating the show.
Yeah.
No, I think this was a great one. There was a lot of answers to be had, but there's still, I mean, people on the surface, it seems like, oh, well, we know who did it. This is kind of wrapping itself up. But there's so many other smaller questions that are still hanging out there. Like, who did, like, there's a bunch of smaller things that needs to be resolved that get us to the final point. So even if we do know that who stole Julie, we still know everything, and that's why the show is so good.
Yes. I think it was one of the creepier scenes, too, the last scene, the pink room. That was pretty creepy.
Very.
We'll just jump to the end real quick, then we'll backtrack. But I thought that Harris was going to just shut the door.
Yes.
When he was, and lock him in there forever. And that's where Tom, like, dies in there.
Yeah, when that happened, I said out loud, I was like, there's no fucking chance I'm walking past that door. Even if my daughter could be in the other end of that hallway, there's no way you're getting out of that. You see the size of that door?
Yeah.
It's like Fort Knox door. You don't go past that point.
And it was open. It felt like they saw him on the security guard tape and ran and opened it so he could walk in.
It's a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
You go down there and you see that door open, you just turn around and get the fuck out of there and get the cops.
You don't break into that place.
Well, yeah, I agree with that, but he was drunk making bad decisions.
Yeah,
he was broken.
I know.
He was a broken person.
Yeah.
All right, as we do, let's go through the timelines real quick, and then I think we can speed through this and just talk about, well, we'll see where we end up. 1980, we're still getting little clips of 1980, believe it or not.
Love it.
They opened up with them having sex for the first time, and he said, hell of a day when a gunfight isn't the most exciting thing that happens to you. And they talk about feelings and all that and blah, 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 blah. Nothing that. Then in 1980, we see when the higher-ups tell Wayne that they're blaming Woodard on it and that he killed the girl too, and she was probably in an oil drum, and he has to just accept that. We also found out that it was the first time he ever fired his gun, was killing the trash man on the job, which was kind of shocking to me.
Did they say on the they said on the job.
Yeah, he said it's the first time I fired my weapon on the job.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I was surprised by that.
I'm not. I feel like people who come back from the war, they're more like afraid to get back into that mindset, or some of them. I mean, there's no broad answer to how people come back from that, but that seems reasonable that someone comes back from killing all those people and wants to avoid to take a life.
Wait, didn't he shoot a rat in the first episode?
He wasn't on the job.
Okay.
And I think that was Roland.
They were just chilling by the dump.
Okay. So if he said it's the first time I shot anybody, like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I thought, he has been dicking around with his gun, a little target practice here and there.
Yeah. These 1980 scenes felt a little bit like filler to me. Like, we don't need any more 1980.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
When
I saw his
explosion.
when I saw his hair, and I was like, oh, we're in the 80s? I don't give a fuck. Come on, we know. Speed it up. In the 90s, this is the meat of the story. They interrogate Tom, and they ask him a bunch of hard-hitting questions like, what was the peephole? She's not your real daughter. Did you abuse her? And all this stuff. And he's like, what the fuck? Fuck you guys. Scoop what's his name? Scoot or Scoop?
Scoop McNary.
He's awesome.
That's his real name?
Yeah, that's his real name. But that scene where he's just clutching his head screaming.
Yeah.
So they broke a man.
Yeah.
They absolutely broke him.
Yep. So they go to his work. They find out that he's gay. He's been to queer bars. The boss tells him that. Then they find a pamphlet, a cure for homosexuality and Tom's things. So they are now thinking, I don't know. I think they're supposed to, in the 90s, they think maybe that means he's like a pedophile or up to no good, which is kind of a fucked way of thinking. That is how they used to think. They talk to a guy who found the backpack, and he tells them that Harris James is the one who said it looked like the boy's backpack. We know that Harris James planted it, and we know that Harris James dies eventually. They find Harris, who's now working at Hoyt Foods. Wouldn't you know it? They talk to Harris, and as they're talking to him, he tells Wayne that he has a nice body. So Harris is also gay.
So weird. That was heavy-handed, right?
They did a poor job with that.
Yeah, that was weird.
This show is so nuanced. They could have just had that actor that plays Harris give one of them a look, like size them up with a smirk, and it would have been more subtle. Then that line felt so.
You could have had that same conversation where he makes the joke about cops eating donuts, and Hayes says, "I don't eat donuts," and he just like sizes him up.
Yes.
You didn't need that one line.
Yeah, it was very much like, okay, well, he's gay.
Yeah.
He basically came out and said, well, I'm gay. And it's like, how's that going to tie in? We don't know how that's going to tie in, but it's definitely something. Amelia talks to the runaway girl, who I thought was Julie in the preview. I was mad at them for giving that away. It was not Julie. It was just another girl. And she said about Julie, I think she didn't know who she was. I think she just pretended. Amelia's doesn't take this information to Hayes that we know of, even though he's the lead one of the main detectives on the case. They find Dan O'Brien, who, shout out to that actor as well. He did a really good job, and he wanted money for information. He tells them that Lucy didn't OD. She was killed. And he said that they shared some milestones, which is
is super creepy.
Creepy way of saying they took each other's virginity, I'm guessing.
Yep.
That's how I took it.
Yeah. And then he says there's other people looking for Julie too. What else happened? This argument was weird. I want to ask you guys about this. Wayne and Roland get into an argument, and Roland leaves Wayne on the side of the road. Did that lead to another scene?
Yeah, Roland walked to the Briarwood house, the house, the kid's house.
Not Roland.
And he walked in.
Wayne.
Sorry, Wayne. Yeah, Wayne. Wayne walked to that house, and he poked around. You see how the graffiti everywhere has been basically condemned, and that's where he tried pushing the notes through.
Oh, okay. And that was Dave's original. Dave called that they were just passing notes to each other through the wall.
Yep.
Yeah. Good job, Dave.
Fuck yeah.
So Dan finds Tom and attacks him, which I thought was going to happen. I thought he was about to kill him when he was slamming his head down.
Yeah, at several points. I mean, he had a gun against his throat, but slamming his head in the ground, and then even at the end, he's like, "Give me one reason not to murder you."
Yeah. And he gives up a name, and the name is Hoyt Foods.
We also don't know if he did or did not murder. He very well could have murdered him.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't think he did.
He ends up dead.
I don't either, but
he ends up dead, and that was a close one. Yeah, who knows? But then
I don't think we're done with Dan yet.
Yeah. Amelia goes to a book reading, and the one-eyed man with the scar on his face shows up. And instead of being spooked or scared because he's telling her how she's profiting off this crime, instead of feeling remorse or guilt, she gets like happy that she recognizes him, and she goes, the dolls. Like,
She's
excited.
She's a sick fuck.
Because she is the worst.
Yeah.
And she's British.
Like, every other time while watching the episode, or while watching the season, I've just kind of rolled my eyes. This time, I audibly said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, she is so awful.
Yeah. And then 2000 or the 1990 timeline ends with Tom going to Hoyt's and checking out and finding the pink room. So real quick, in 2015, the reporter asks him, basically heavily handed says, like, you guys, Harris James got murdered on this. And he's like, yo, you better not say that. You can't say that. You can't insinuate that stuff. And then Wayne and his son talk about how his son is sleeping with the Eliza, I think her name is. Mm-hmm. And Wayne and Roland. We didn't get much of Wayne and Roland as old men. No,
but that last scene with them was pretty substantial when he goes to the bathroom, comes back out and says, oh, Roland.
Yeah,
hey.
yeah, I want to talk about...
That was so sad.
I want to
talk about that scene.
I don't think it was sad. I think it was manipulative.
Testing him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a test.
You think Wayne was testing him?
Yeah, I think the car might have been out there. I think he plays. So if you guys don't remember, Wayne comes back and he's like, Roland, what are you doing here? Look out that window. Is there a sedan? And Roland says there's not. And then right away he hits him hard with it's 2015, right? And I think he's laying it on thick there and testing him to see if Roland is deceiving him on his side, taking advantage of his memory. I think that was a heavy hand. I think that was a big test by Wayne.
But what would Roland have to gain by lying about the car outside?
That's what we still got to figure out.
What does Roland maybe know that Wayne doesn't?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, that's either way. If it comes around the corner like that, have you guys been around people with Alzheimer's? Exactly what happened. So it's like, I took that as, it's like, holy shit, this guy is amazing at acting.
But haven't you gotten the vibe that he?
I haven't.
You haven't gotten the vibe that he plays his lack of memory to his advantage as an old man sometimes.
He even said that last episode.
I get with his son. Yeah, he did that one time. But I mean, Roland didn't. It's something different. I always felt like they were like they're partners, man. Why would he play games with his partner?
I agree with you. And when I watched it, I felt the same way as you, Sheehan. And then today, I went on Reddit, and they actually broke down whenever Wayne is interrogating someone and he knows more information, he's trying to like see their answer. He has like this smirk he gives right before they start to talk, and he had the same one in this interrogation.
He had the same smile.
Yeah, the same type of smile when he knows more and he's testing what they're gonna say.
I don't think Roland's like in on it or anything, but I definitely think that was Wayne playing it out, testing him. Okay. I got the vibe right away because it felt weird.
All right, well, I'll say this for that. I was damn sure there was going to be a black sedan out front.
But they didn't show us if it was there.
Yeah,
they didn't show us if it was there or not.
No, I know, but I was disappointed that he said there wasn't one. So if you're telling me that he was lying and Wayne knew that there was one out there and it was truth, I'd be happier.
I think
that's what happened.
Okay, because I like that. I like the fact that there's a black sedan following around ever since 1980.
Yeah, right.
I think that's exciting.
Yeah. All right, where do you guys want to go? Where do you want to spend some time?
My favorite dynamic here is the Dan O'Brien coming back, his whole sleazeball thing, and that little sit down in the diner.
He looked so gross.
He was such a sleazy guy. He went underground, but still, I don't know. If a guy, I don't know the transition of money from now till 1990, but guy asked for $7,000 to break open a case. I kind of feel like you give it to him, or at least half to get halfway there.
I don't think so. I don't think you can just reward that guy.
Well, I mean, it's special circumstances considering the girl's alive.
Yeah, he didn't have.
Then you take it, but then you take it back later. It's real. You give him the money, you follow him, and then you get him the first time he buys drugs, and bingo bongo, you get a money back.
Maybe. What do you think about maybe Julie's his?
I think I believe that more than ever now.
Yeah.
After that little dropped line, it says, "Oh, we had a lot of firsts together."
Yeah, we shared milestones.
Shared milestones.
I googled it. $7,000 in 1990 is only $13,946 now.
Let's call it 14,000. That's pretty.
It's a good amount of money.
It's a good amount of money for sure, but I mean.
But I feel like you can ask for more.
No, I think if you ask for 20 or something like that, then you're going to be automatically shut down. 7's in the realm of possibility. I think he knows that. It's a top end of what might happen.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm looking at the guy who plays Dan O'Brien's IMDb right now, and he's been in just shit shows.
Really?
Like Young and the Restless, NCIS, Hawaii Five-0, Magnum PI, Chicago PD, The Night Shift, MacGyver. Like, just all of his credits are network shitty TV shows, and now he's in True Detective on cable and HBO, like putting on a great performance.
He's put his time in.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, I really liked him. That's why I'm really hoping that he didn't get killed because I'm not done with him yet. I need to see more interaction between him and Wayne.
Two things. One, in that scene, were you guys able to pick out who walked in that caused him to freak out?
No.
No, were you?
No, I couldn't, and nobody on Reddit seemed to be talking about it, so...
I don't know if it was anybody specific. I have the scene up. I can try and find it, but I didn't know if it was anybody specific, just like someone walked in, and then he got the feeling that, that someone can walk in. You know what I mean? Like, He got reminded he's in public with cops, and he does not want to be in public with cops.
I got the feeling he was... Same thing. He was reminded, but Roland and Wayne were doing a really good job of making him comfortable and getting things out of him. And he was like, kind of woke up. He's like, "Oh shit! I mean, I'm not going to tell him everything I know. I still need that $7,000."
Yeah, maybe.
I think he was talking too much, and he realized, like, "Oh fuck! I'm here for a reason. I need to leave now."
All right, and then my second thing, again, shout out Reddit and Vanity Fair for pointing this out.
Ooh, Vanity Fair.
Yeah, when Amelia is talking to the girl in the halfway home. And they, cut to the outside landscaper showing up. The name on the truck of that is the same last name as the kid who had a crush on Lucy and waved at her. Does that mean anything to you guys?
Yeah. That means that's like a little hat tip or a coincidence, but that's kind of cool.
What kid had a crush on Lucy?
The kid with the dog.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think it was the kid with the dog. It was the kid that Wayne... did the Luke Skywalker lightsaber thing with when they were interrogating him.
Yeah, the kid that went trick or treating with him. He's the only kid witness that the teacher lady Amelia brought in.
I don't know. I'm seeing the guy who walked into the diner right now.
Yeah,
a bearded fellow in a blue shirt. Maybe it's Hoyt. Who knows?
Maybe.
So we find out that all that Dan O'Brien did know was that someone's been paying Lucy, and he thinks that she asked for more money and kept asking for more money and kept asking for money, so they just finally killed her. Now, the person that he says is paying her is Hoyt. It's Hoyt. Yeah, it's Hoyt. Because that is where Tom, the dad, goes. And that's the information. So I said as soon as we heard that tidbit about Hoyt, that his granddaughter died, that I felt like that was the storyline. That's basically confirmed. Not that it was a replacement, but Hoyt definitely took the girl. It seems like the mom was in on it. I think, John, I think both of you guys were always on that, right? That she allowed this to happen.
Yep.
Well, I said that initially, and then I switched to the teacher stole them, Amelia, and then a week or two ago, I switched back to the mom, and I was like, it's definitely her now.
Yeah.
Yes. There is the pumpkin lady. Now, did I say this last episode? The first episode, the lady she's watching the kids ride her bike around, and she's hanging her Halloween decorations. Remember I said, she hasn't showed up.
She hasn't said a word yet in the show.
She hasn't talked, but she's been in every
episode.
episode. She was the person that ran into the parking lot to calm Lucy down and was sitting right next to Lucy at...
Oh, that was who that was?
Yes,
yeah.
She's getting a lot of screen time. So people on Reddit I saw... were saying that she's the handler. She's Lucy's handler. She's pretending to be a friend, but she's really Lucy's handler for the people. She's the go-between. She's getting so much screen time.
I believe it 100%.
Yeah.
She's like a heavy-set, middle-aged woman, if you guys don't know who we're talking about.
And maybe that when she saw the kids riding their bikes down the alley, she was smiling. They didn't know it was like, oh yeah, this is our plan's coming together.
Yeah, she was like, okay, it's all working now.
Mm-hmm. She had a little creepy smile. I thought she was a lonely old lady, but maybe more.
Yeah, no, she was creepy.
She can be both.
So we all kind of know now that Hoyt took her in the pink room. The house looked like a castle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still alive.
There's no chance that there might be like a coincidence factor here. No.
No.
Because we have 2 episodes left. No, I don't think so. But I'm just saying, like, it has to be said. There's 2 episodes left. Are they gonna? Is that the big reveal? I think.
I
was
think.
Actually
I
Hoyt?
think it's been. I think that was the big reveal that solidifies that, and now it's just about filling in
wrapping it up,
wrapping up the
What
tiny
happened to
gaps,
her.
and actually finding out what happens, where she went, and all that.
Because she's not there now, and she's been on the run. So a lot of shit has happened since then. But okay.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily she was a replacement. I think she was stolen, obviously, by them. But you don't. If somebody you think is like could be related to you, or you're trying to make your new granddaughter, you don't lock her in a vault.
Yeah.
And she ends up strung out and addicted to drugs.
Oh,
That doesn't happen.
It does not seem like a replacement anymore. It seems like a kidnapping.
Pedophile, sex ring.
No, well, how about this? Because at the end, right before the thing cut to black, Tom goes in and sees a pink room, and he says, like a question, Julie, and he looked at somebody and was confused, like, is this Julie? Could this be a ring of somebody stealing 10-year-old little blonde girls, and then dumping them into drug trade after 2 years and getting a new one, swapping them out?
Oh, you think there might be another girl in there, and he was like,
Maybe.
Are you Julie?
Maybe he was confused. He's like, what, Julie? What the fuck?
I don't think there was a girl in there. I think he was just
he was a picture.
like pictures or, some
But
paraphernalia.
he looked confused.
I think he looked heartbroken.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like pictures of her like on the wall or something. It could be something as horrible as in season 1 when Rust plays the pedophile tape for McConaughey, or not for Woody. He could be seeing pictures like that. Because he looked devastated.
Yeah, that was an all-time meme, by the way. You're swapping any kind of like bad sports play, and to have what the hell's his name?
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson's kind of cringing, like ugh. It was like the butt fumble over and over again.
He came back briefly this year in the playoffs for the Bears double doink.
Yep.
I was very heartbroken.
Yeah.
So what do we need to find out? We need to find out
What's in the woods?
where Julie went. We need to
Where
find
Julie went.
Julie. Where
Why she doesn't want to come home? Like the whole brainwashing thing. What did Tom do?
Mm-hmm.
If anything.
There's a theory out there that Roland's gay and was gay with Tom. Gay with Tom. What am I, an idiot? Those lovers with Tom. It's just like such a
Jesus
sophomoric rude way to say that, but
they're gay together.
I just fell into my lap in that order.
I don't think he's gay, but I think in the 10 years that he like was looking after him and got him sober, he learned he was like that Tom was gay and was fine with it and like friends. And then in the 90s when everyone's judging him like, oh, he's gay, that means he possibly could have killed his kids. That was hurting him, just being like, no, I know he's a good man.
Hey, just piecing things together here. We got 2 homosexuals, Jimmy, running around in the 1980 timeline, being James and Tom, closeted gays. Do we think maybe they had a relationship of some sort? Is that possible? A small town, South.
There's a reason why they had Harris say that line to make us think he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Right after we found out Tom's gay. Like that's not a coincidence because it was a forced comment.
Yeah.
And then Harris and Tom end the scene together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if they didn't have a relationship, I feel like they probably saw each other out at like the one gay bar.
Yeah. So maybe this encounter in the pink room might go a weird way.
They just fuck.
I doubt that's going to be it.
I feel like Tom's in an emotional state, so probably not. But
I knew you'd find me here.
Jesus Christ. I'm not ruling it out that they had a relationship and that this is going to be an awkward exchange between the two. Maybe that's how James or Harris got involved with this whole thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
So I just
lost
found,
myself in my own thoughts.
I pulled up that landscaper thing before and couldn't remember the actual theory, but I just found it on Reddit again.
Okay.
Do we think Julie is staying with him now in the 1990s timeline? Because he clearly was good friends with her and had a crush on her in the 80s, and he was working, or someone from his company at least, was working at the halfway house where she was, or her friends were.
I can't remember who we're talking. Who had a crush on Lucy?
Julie, the daughter.
Oh, earlier we said Lucy. I couldn't.
Yeah, I said the wrong name.
Oh, okay. That was like, who had a crush on the mom? What kind of crazy person did that?
No, the little kid who had a crush on the girl.
So he rescued her?
Maybe he found her, like, in the recent times, or she recognized him and said she wanted to run away and doesn't want to be found. He would be the one person, like, one of the few people she would turn to.
Yeah, maybe she escaped. Maybe this was a big seller into sex slavery, and she escaped, and that was the one person she trusted, and he helped her?
Yeah.
I don't know, though, because we definitely have, like, a prison-type situation that it looks like she escaped from.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the guy with the glassy eye and the scar who sold the dolls? He seemed
way more guilty this time.
That was a different guy.
Not the same guy.
Oh, it's not the same guy?
No, man. They're not all the same.
Yeah, not all.
I didn't think it was, and I turned to my girlfriend, and I was like, was that the same guy? And she's like, yeah, that's definitely the same guy.
Yeah, because there's only one black guy with a bum eye in Louisiana. Come on, man.
I wish I had the quote. I had that soundboard drop where
I know.
Like, plenty of guys.
That's why I thought it wasn't.
No, that was a different guy. That was a guy. He had a scar in his face. This is the guy that was definitely being talked about.
Equally angry, by the way. Maybe you just get all curmudgeon-y when you lose an eye.
I think he wanted answers. Like, I think when he was asking at the beginning, like, you don't know where she is. You don't. Like, he wanted to find out because I think he's an innocent bystander in this.
You think?
Oh no, I think he worked for Hoyt, and he was also one of the people that helped take the kids away, and now she's out there running around, and he wants to find her to bring her back.
He definitely wants to find her.
And he doesn't seem like he wants to have a nice cup of tea with her.
No.
He wants to get her back. Angrily.
No. How about Amelia? What a jerk.
This could be the Fuck Amelia podcast. We're all in agreement. She's the worst.
What did she say? She was like writing a new book because it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And he was like, I wouldn't call her being alive or whatever an opportunity. And she's like, oh, I can't all keep up with your moral semantics. His moral semantics are on par with the world, lady. Your morality is to be in question here.
I mean, I get it.
Though. Fuck you, Shane.
It's an opportunity. I mean, is it not?
No, it is. But you shouldn't say that publicly.
Absolutely not. And also, if someone calls you on it, you don't defend it by any means.
Yeah, no.
That's a good point.
But question for y'all. Do you think something happens to Amelia now? Because clearly she never wrote that second book.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they got divorced and her feeder was gone?
Oh, I think she continues to investigate on her own, and something happens and she gets killed, and that's why the daughter moves away as soon as she's old enough. She blames Wayne.
They don't get divorced because he still has the wedding ring on in 2015.
True. I don't know. I don't think she dies too quickly after 90. I mean, I know the timeline in 15 is kind of fucked up because he's got Alzheimer's, but I thought he said it was relatively recently passing.
I think
it was 2013 that she died.
Yeah.
Oh, do they say that?
I thought so, yeah.
For some reason, I want to say 2013, so, I mean, Jimmy corroborates that. It must be true.
Yeah, I think that was said at one point. I'm watching the scene right now where glass-eyed dude storms in. He goes, is the girl alive now? That's his first question. I think he genuinely wants to know that.
You think he read the book?
I think it's for nefarious purposes. Though.
You think he read the book, skimmed it, and was like, wow, I'm a black guy with a...
No, he's saying the girl's alive now. You know where she is? Do they know where she is? I think he's asking these questions in earnest. He wants to know what happened. Maybe she escaped from his watch.
Okay, how about this? How pissed off would you be if this was a third black guy with a bum eye?
No, this is the dude. He's got a scar in his face too.
I'm just saying, like, how pissed off would you be if this is just a coincidence? Some random civilian who was pissed off about this book being made, much like Wayne.
I don't know. My big question is: are we supposed to hate Amelia as much as we hate her?
Yes, I think we. I really do.
You ask us every week, and yes, I think we are.
Because I haven't seen it everywhere else.
I think it's just kind of like, water's wet, air is dry. I mean, Amelia sucks.
So my next question is this an acting job where like, no, she's actually acting really well because we're supposed to hate her? Or is she the weakest link out of this cast?
I think she isn't doing a horrible job. She's definitely the weakest link, but that's like saying she's just a good actor instead of a phenomenal one.
Yeah, she's a whisper actor. Never liked those.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that the writing does most of the hate for us. And she just happens to be caught up. I mean, if she was a likable person, maybe you wouldn't have noticed the British accent sneaking in.
No, that was pretty bad, that one scene I played.
Yeah, you did. But just saying, if you didn't hate her so much every week, every time she's on screen, you might be willing to give her a little bit of pass here and there.
Dude just totally rips her a new one for like cashing in on other people's misfortunes and milking it.
Well, I mean, it's not going to bother her. Her husband does it to her every night.
She just goes, the dolls.
Just fucking loser.
Fuck out of here.
Well, I'm hoping maybe this is like the wake-up call for her, because before she was like, oh, my husband's just an asshole, that's why he's saying it to me. And now she's like, wait, everyone thinks this is wrong?
No way, man. She's excited to get a new piece of evidence. She's going to chase him down and try to solve this to be a better detective than her husband. She wants to glory herself. Otherwise, as soon as she met with Julie's friend, the other girl at the halfway house, she would have told Hayes. She's not even sharing information with him. She's trying to be the person that solves this case, which is her husband's job and the one thing that has been tearing him apart for like 30 years now. And she's like, fuck that. I'm going to solve this and make it even worse for you, bitch. She sucks.
Yeah.
She does suck. It's official. Six Pack Cinema, official podcast of the Oscars, an official anti-Amelia podcast.
Okay, so at the end we see Wayne with all the the Post-its and the ear tags in that book because he's never read it before. So it's fair to say that she had been doing her own investigation the whole time, 10 years prior, and Wayne wasn't privy to that.
Oh, I took that as he's been reading it as the season goes on. It shows him pick it up early on.
I thought
he's been reading it throughout the season.
No, I know, but like I think that show, like we haven't seen the bookmarks yet, like that to that extent. I think maybe he's realizing that she was doing work on his own. Like, he didn't know about the children should laugh thing.
Exactly, and that was like 2 episodes ago. And then when he realized that, he's been going through it and doing the bookmark. It's the same book. There weren't the bookmarks before.
There were bookmarks. Okay, I didn't see the bookmarks before, but
I'm saying there weren't. And when he realized that, he started adding them.
Yeah, I think we're saying the same thing. I didn't realize that she had been doing this the whole time. Like the 80 to 90, she had been doing her own investigation, and Wayne wanted no business of it. That's why he didn't read the book. That's why he's realizing that she was doing her own thing on the side, and he was unaware of it. Had he read the book, he probably would have had a better shot of solving this thing because she had pieces that he was not aware of.
No, all right. We were saying. I thought you were saying after the 90s timeline, she was like making notes in her own book.
No. I get you.
No. Yeah. So she was hiding things from him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a bitch.
Bitch.
We hate her.
Bitch. Yeah. Like the thing with the letter when she wrote "Children should laugh," and that was he didn't know that.
He didn't know it.
If they were sharing notes, he would have known that.
She was a good wife.
I'd still say that was very sloppy, though, because I thought the mom was just quoting the letter.
Yeah, you never know. I think they intended it to be what they did, but you're right. It was a little sloppily done.
I think that it was intended for us to think that, but obviously, I don't know. It was intended for us not to understand what was exactly going on because we were so familiar with the letter.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got, right? I'm excited to see how this plays out. But
I think so.
A lot of the theories are set in stone. Like this isn't a show where a movie can surprise you in the last 5 minutes and then you're like, oh. But with a series, I don't think there's anything stunning to happen left. Maybe, but I don't think there needs to be. I should say
when Roland gets arrested.
That's not happening.
You still think that's going to happen?
I'm less confident, but I'm holding out hope.
I think it's more likely that he's gay and Wayne lets it slip, and that's what ruins his career.
That's more likely.
I don't even think he's gay, but I think that's a more likely theory than
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna. I like it to be true, just so that I'm right, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I liked it was all an accident theory as well, but that was wrong too.
Yeah, no, I was hopeful.
You were hopeful.
I would have been so upset if it was just 8 episodes of them researching an accident.
I said I was going to be upset if it was another like rich people sex ring, which it seems like it is.
But you're not upset.
Maybe that's just what True Detective is. Like if now I go into the 4th season, I'll just be like, okay, this is going to be a sex ring.
But it's the details that get you.
Yeah,
it's these little details.
Which it's about the journey, not the ending.
Yep. Totally agree. Because I think True Detective season 1, I wasn't satisfied by the ending. I was satisfied by the journey.
The experience, yeah.
All right, that's it. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for listening. We'll be back. There's 2 more episodes left, so there'll be 2 more recaps left. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to leave a 5-star review, if you're listening on the iTunes app, that would be much appreciated. If you want to come back on Fridays for headliners or Mondays for movie reviews, that would be cool too. What do we have coming up?
Next week's going to be The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot.
Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. It's on Amazon, so you don't even need to leave your house to watch it. Cool.
Wonderful world.
See you guys later. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Love y'all.